Hey there, Richard Matharoo here. Now, are you a fellow network marketer that would like to build your business via social media? Maybe you're already trying. If you want to know 3 steps that will allow you to crack the code so that prospects are either coming to you or when you message them, they're kind of like, oh yeah, I want to know more about this, as opposed to like, leave me alone, then this will definitely be a great video for you. And I've got a free resource at the end which will allow you to kind of break through quicker and bigger, so definitely stick around for that. But let's get into this right now about cracking the social media code. So first of all, why should you put effort into social media, right? There's already so many techniques available to you as a network marketer. You know, you can cold call, you can go and do parties, you can go to meetings, you can just, the 3-foot rule, right? Anybody's in 3 feet of you, just prospect them. Okay, those things can work if you have a certain skill set and a certain amount of time. Like when I came into this industry, I was working 80 hours a week trying to keep a roof over my family's head. Now, do you ever feel like there's already more things to do in your day than there are hours to do them in? Right? You have less time than you really, if you just had a few more hours in the day, you could get so much more done. If you already feel that way, it's very difficult to use those traditional methods, especially exclusively. So social media for me, maybe for you, gave me a flexible way to say, you know what, even though it's 1 a.m. in the morning, somebody is up. And it's not like calling them and getting them out of bed or whatever, or even if they're up and I call them, it's like, this is just not acceptable. On social media, there's a country awake 24/7, right? And your company will be open in multiple places. So it gives you a room to build on your terms, which is why I was so keen to master it. I already had a daughter. I didn't want to walk out the door and do meetings every single night, and I was working late anyway. So anyway, let's get into those 3 steps. Step number 1. Do not be pushing people. Like anything that increases resistance is not good. So when you're posting things, don't be kind of like, oh, you want to be a sucker and work the 9 to 5, like be my guest. Only idiots have jobs. This kind of terminology, it isn't us versus them. Okay, we were all once them. I used to have a 9 to 5 job until I went full-time in this industry. I already had a boss. I already felt that I wasn't doing as good as I could do, and it annoyed me. And if you're the same, if I come along and offend what you do and the choices you've made in life, that's not a good way for us to begin. And it isn't for the people that are following you. They won't come to you. Even if it wakes them up. And you're like, yeah, but I just want to give them a shake, Richard. Yeah, but are they really going to come to you if they feel like you're going to be argumentative or offensive or belittle their pre-existing choices? They don't need or want that. So instead, be aspirational. Like, what do the people that are following you, what do they want more of? I'll give you 2 examples, time and money. So where are you showing the benefits of what you do to other people? And if you haven't got the results yet, why don't you show success stories of other people? Real life. Something that is a benefit of having more time and money. It's a very simple way. Have people wanting to aspire to do and be more, and that if they hang out on your social media profile, if they follow you, it makes them feel motivated to do more, inspired to do more, not kind of like kicked while they're down. Sure, you can see the sense in that. Step number 2, have a routine. Like, oh, this is something fun that happened today. Let me just go put it on Instagram. Okay, 2 days later, or just for the sake of it, oh, I haven't posted on Facebook today, let me just go do this. Is that any way to build a business with any level of predictability or any level of profitability? It isn't. So if you are going to be serious about building via any method, social media is what we're discussing right now, then you should have a game plan. You can use something like www.later.com. and pre-schedule your posts. I think you can get a free account with them actually. So later.com. So you could pre-schedule your posts. I recommend chunking what you do with your time. What does that mean? That doesn't mean being sick. It means sitting down and thinking about what you're going to do for the rest of the week on social media, and then pre-scheduling it in one seating or one sitting. How do you say that right? So you would sit down. I do this on a Friday kind of early afternoon, just before I pick my daughter up from school. I'll spend 2 hours and I'll pre-schedule the next 7 days social media. And that's taken care of. I don't have to think about that. It's the post I was thinking about. It's the message I want to get across. It's at the times that I would want to do it. If I do decide to post something, it's just a bonus. But I know that's taken care of. How much time do you waste trying to scratch around every single day trying to think of something to post, and you end up doing less than a good job? This would solve that, right? And then step number 3 is consistency. Kind of tied into step number 2. Like, something that I feel, and I stand behind this 100%, 99% of the time, people do not have business problems, they have personal problems that show up in their business. And that people find that challenging, but stick with me. I was shooting a video last year for a company called the Wealth Dragons, and we were doing like a film shoot. And there was a gentleman there watching me on camera, and he said, you know, I'd like to make YouTube videos. I've got this idea for a go-karting business. Like, and we kind of went through it a little bit, and I said, well, why don't you review go-karts, and then you could have affiliate links, and people could buy these go-karts through your website. He's like, yeah, that's fantastic. I was kind of thinking about something like that. I was like, well, then why haven't you done it? And he tried to make out like it was tactical. Just like maybe you are with social media right now. And he was saying, well, you know what, there's already loads of people that do that type of thing. I don't really have the time to be shooting all these videos. And he reeled off all these excuses. And I said, you know what, that's all bullshit. And he kind of like looked at me, and I said, you could find the time. Do you watch TV at all? He's like, yeah. I was like, so you could find the time if you wanted to. Just because loads of people do something doesn't mean there's not enough space for somebody else. I said, so what's the real reason why you're not doing this? He's like, I'm not sure if it would work. I'm like, and why wouldn't it work? He's like, because I've never done something like this before. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you even have a go at that? You could try, and if you fail, and he was like, well, I'm worried that I'll look foolish. I don't have the confidence to give it a try. I was like, that's the reason. You don't lack the ability to make a YouTube video. You don't lack the ability to be prepared on social media. What you probably lack is a fear of something. You fear that if you give it your best shot and you don't sponsor people this week, what then? You fear that if you sponsor 100 people and it changes you as a person and you lose your current friends, what then? You struggle with consistency because somebody told you that you weren't good enough, so you're avoiding finding out if that's true. I know I kind of got switched gears and went deep on you here, but this is something I'm uncovering a lot more and more as I coach people. And in fact, I want to give you a free resource to be able to overcome that right now. If you're struggling at all with the sense of you have information, you have tactics, you could do more if you really wanted to, and you're not quite sure why you're not, I can help you with that. Okay, I'm really good at asking the right questions and finding out really what it is that's holding you back. Kind of like that, I mentioned this earlier in the week, that scene in Forrest Gump where those kind of braces come off his legs. Like he's finally free to reach his ability. He could always run, he just never knew. You want to be like that. So if you go to richardmatharoo.com/breakthrough, so www.richardmatharoo.com/breakthrough, I'll put it in the description somewhere, we can start to ask the right questions of you and in your business. This isn't a resource for you if you are wanting to hide. Like, I'm always honest, if you're wanting to kind of bury your head in the sand, you're really not bothered about better results, fine. But if you are serious about social media, about your network marketing business, about finding out why you're not doing what you should be doing and addressing that, then you can go to that link and we can take care of that, or at least begin that process. So anyway, aspirational content, a routine, consistency, being consistent. Those three things will help you crack the code on social media. Those three things will help you crack the code on any of your marketing, to be honest. And you have that resource should you be one of the person who I'm speaking to you right now and you're like, yeah, I do need to really do more and take it up again. I'll see you over at that resource. Go create a day in life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses, and I will catch you on another video really soon. Bye for now.